Howdy.
George, you guys obviously had a great late bye. In retrospect, now that you've had it, does it feel like you're refreshed and maybe an advantage in going to these last couple games?
When we first got our schedule and it said we were having a week 14 bye, I was very disappointed because I feel like that's really late in the season. But I feel like because we're 9-4, a week 14 bye is fantastic because getting our legs back underneath us and just giving it a week, of like just not getting hit is really good for all of us, and just get some of the guys back to full speed. I think it's going to be really helpful for us, and I feel like most guys took really good advantage of the break. When we came back on Monday, we thought we had a good practice then. I thought we had a great practice yesterday, and I thought today guys were flying around. So I think that's just leading into hopefully a great opportunity for us on Sunday.
I know that you're a big Philip Forsberg fan.
I am.
Friend.
Yes.
Do you hang out with the Titans because of where your off-season home is? I mean, do you have any relationships on that team?
I know a couple of the offensive linemen just through like Taylor Wan. And then actually like during the month of like July, I'll have, I used to, like Will Levis came out a couple off seasons ago. I usually get like 2 or 3 of their wide receivers come run routes with us just because we have a big group and it's more fun to run routes with a bunch of guys than by yourself. So every once in a while I get a good group of guys, but I don't know, I don't hang out with too many of them, all the time, but it's fun when they do come out to the barn for routes.
Will you catch passes from Levis? Have you caught passes from him?
Yeah, I definitely have. If Brock's not around and CJ's not there, the nice thing is like when CJ Beathard's there, he still knows our offense, so he knows the timing and everything. Anybody that shows up, like Duck Hodges is my quarterback sometimes when guys don't show up, and he's still got a cannon. I would love to have him as our camp quarterback one day. I think that'd be really fun. He shows up to my house with a 6-pack of beer, does one shoulder pump, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm good to throw." It's fantastic. What a character.
George, after the Rams game, this offense could become one of the league's best. How close do you guys feel you are to changing it?
Well, that's a great question. We're not there yet. I wish. I thought we did pretty good against the Browns defense that I think is pretty elite. We got pretty lucky with a lot of field position stuff. With our special teams did a great job. Our defense did a great job, but we took advantage of those situations. But I think we're doing. We're not horrible on third down. We can get a little bit more efficient. The Panthers game. Thought we ran the ball well. Obviously, we had 3 turnovers, but we're still we're trending in the right direction. We're not getting worse, which is good. You want to get a little bit better. You want to be better in December than you were in November. That good line. But like I said, I feel like this week of practice, I thought the Browns week of practice was really good for our offense, and I think guys are just really coming together, getting their legs underneath them, getting their conditioning. It's that time of the year where you got to show up, or otherwise we're going to be out of it. So I think the intent is there, and I think Coach Shanahan's hitting his stride too with just his mesh of play calling. So I really I think this will be a big game for us to see hey, can we go out there and score a ton of points? And my expectation is yes, and my hope is yes.
George, a lot of discussion around Aiyuk, but I just have a strictly X's and O's question about him. What does he bring to the offense? What makes him so integral to this offense? What does he provide in his specific skill set?
You want me to sell you Brandon Aiyuk? Didn't you watch a lot of his games?
But I don't have the X's and O's knowledge. I'm not an NFL player.
You cover us for a long time, haven't you? All right, I'll stop busting your balls. Yes. Well, let's see. Ayuk's an absolute freak of nature. I think is the number one thing. He's a guy who can run 22 miles an hour and then stop on a dime and then jump 40 inches with a freakishly long wingspan and catch any ball you throw to him. So that by itself puts him in a class of his own. That's why you paid him $30 million. And if you don't even look at the receiving stuff, what he does in the run game too, how he hits people, how he wants to hit people, and you put him and Juwan in the field together, and it's you have 2 bullies out there at the wide receiver position. When you have wide receivers that want to block downfield, that's when your run game gets really, really good. Just the mindset he had when he was playing for us was elite. No one can mess with him. He's going to make every play that that he has an opportunity to make. And then he just had that mindset he was better than everybody else in the field, which you have to be if you want to be an elite player. And so, he's everything you want in an NFL football player. He's a freak of nature and made all the plays he wanted to make.
Speaking of Juwan and being a bully, what's your opinion on what happened between him and the Browns players?
I heard about 60% of what was said, and I don't really think a line was crossed. But again, I missed 40% of that conversation. But like, I was kind of chuckling to myself because, I think, there's a line that you don't cross. I don't think he crossed the line. So I think it's really good. Like, people have said absolutely crazy things to me on a football field before that I was like, you probably shouldn't say that. I'm mic'd up right now. It's kind of crazy. But, I've heard crazy things on the field, and I don't think what Juwan said was crazy. I think, when he gets chirped, he chirps back. And I think the one thing I really respect about Juwan is that, he's never thrown a punch. Like, the only penalties he's ever got is like when other guys jump him, like the Cardinals game last year, and he got ejected for no reason. And the NFL actually told us he shouldn't have gotten ejected. So like, he does a really good job about like, mouthing off to an extent without ever getting a penalty. So like, hey, that's part of the game, and I think he toes that line perfectly.
Do you feel like, if you can't handle the heat, then get out of the kitchen?
I would not talk crap to a person that I know is going to talk crap to me, and I can't handle it. Now, granted, like, I don't really talk a lot of but, that's Juwan's thing. And if, guys got going, like, they chirped him first, and after that, it was like, you guys started it. It's an avalanche. Now it's on you.
George, what are your thoughts about Phillip Rivers coming back? What did you see when you first saw that?
I'm a huge fan of Phillip Rivers. I love that he doesn't swear, and like saying like dad dumb it, like that is, I thoroughly enjoy that. And then just also like, just having him in the building is probably great for the Colts because he is a legend. And he was there for a little bit too. So like all the guys are probably excited to see him, just bring a little life and energy and maybe some leadership into there. It's so horrible what happened to Daniel Jones. He's having a fantastic year. And so maybe just even if it's just a pick-me-up to have like a familiar face come in. I have no expectations. I have no idea what he's going to do when he gets out there. But, they called him for a reason, and he said yes for a reason that he believes that he can still play at a high level. Like, I think if Phillip was like, if he knew that he couldn't play anymore, he would have said no. But if he thinks he can play, man, then, hey, he's a really good quarterback.
You mentioned a few weeks ago that you hope Brandon's coming back. It doesn't seem like he will. Is it hard to fathom how that relationship is broken down?
At this point, like, it doesn't seem like he's coming back. I try my best to not even think about it because, like, I love Brandon. He's one of my favorite teammates I played with. I love, we have a lot of moments together from his rookie year. Every year we play together. We have a ton of memories together. So, like, that's Brandon I remember. And if I think about, I wish he'd be here and stuff like that, it kind of just makes me sad. So, like, I just kind of push it to the side. It's like, look, we got to make do with what we got in the locker room, and the guys that are here want to be here. I don't know what that relationship's like right now, and it is what it is. So, like, I just got to focus on this team. I wish I could focus on that, but I just can't.
Honestly, coming back off the bye, man, it's been just somewhat of a refresher for the team. I think what's in the past is in the past, and the biggest thing is it's a new season. 4 games left. That's all we guaranteed. The best part about it is that we get to write our own destiny. We got the pen. So I think today was just a good to get back on the field, and we're trying to be the best in the world. So,
do you feel, here we are in mid-December, do you feel kind of fresh given, when you started up with this team? Do you think that you're kind of fresher than most guys out there?
For me, it's more so just I prepare for this moment. Every year in the offseason, I play regardless of whatever the circumstances. I prepare to play, late. Hope you have a chance to go to the playoffs. I just understand what it costs to be in this league, and I'm just taking advantage of it.
You brought up the best in the world, and Coach Salah said that you said that to the team also. Was that something you're trying to press forward with the guys?
For sure, it's belief. It's belief. And, a lot of guys. I've been on this team before in 23 when we had a chance to go, make a run. I think, a big part of at this point in the year is understanding, like, get everybody on the train, like, get ready, whether you see it or not. Like, we're trying to get there. So the biggest part, you got to have that belief. And if you get a chance to go out there and dress up on Sundays, you one of the best in the world at what we do.
Some people have said that you look slimmer than you did 2 seasons ago. That might maybe due to your jersey number being different. But, where are you as far as quickness and kind of the pass rush aspect of what you have to do?
We're going to see on Sunday. I'm trying to play my best football to the end of the year, honestly. So, a lot of guys have different things they deal with on an everyday basis. I'm just preparing. I feel like my routine has been really, really good. So I think Sunday I'll get a good chance to see how it goes.
How about the concept of a rookie quarterback? Are you guys going to try to throw some things at him that potentially will have to make judgments about?
I think we're going to be us, at the end of the day, regardless of whatever, the idea is to try to throw stuff at him. I think it's more so just we have an identity of who we are, and at the end of the day, the team that we play got to stop it. So that's the biggest deal. We're going to be us.
Salah spoke to your motor. that come from? Where do you get it back to?
I just love the game. That's it. I love the game. I think one of the biggest things about this game is you got to make a decision every single play. You know, do you want it more than the guy across from you? So I just try to make that decision, and, you know, regardless of whether I win the move, win the rush, or start the play off good or not. It's all about how you finish. That's just in the back of my mind. So it's all about how you finish.
Ricky, I couldn't help but notice that Juwan James is only receiving with a tutty. I keep thinking, well, maybe this is the week for number one, huh?
Yeah, I like to think that every week, that it's going to be my week.
Maybe not being production you want out of yourself as a training team, or opposing teams giving you a little bit more attention. What is that?
I think it's just a football thing. That's it. Like, I think it's just a game itself, you know, being a receiver, sometimes the ball doesn't come your way, you know what I mean? There's different coverages that got to be right, you know, he's got to be able to see you got to beat your defender. You know, there's a bunch of variables that go into, you know, being open and getting the ball thrown to you and making a play. So, I mean, I think, I just say it's the game, and, you know, always be ready for the opportunity when it comes. You know, you don't want to miss it. So, you know, I just got to stay ready. That's what I can do.
You and Debo seemed pretty close last year. I just imagine he was big on trying to kind of put you on game of what to expect in the NFL. Did this type of conversation ever come up, and if so, what do you advise?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, just talking to Debo each and every day, him being a solidified vet and always asking him questions just like that. You know, Debo was always open to help me. So, you know, obviously I asked a lot of questions to him that he answered for me to help me moving on in my career. And, you know, to this day, I'll try reaching out to him and ask him questions if I ever get some. So, you know, he was a really good teammate for me.